like to move to the next step, and it is my pleasure, privilege, and honor to introduce Dr. Amresh Shrivastava. He is a professor emeritus of psychiatry at the Western University and an adjunct scientist, mental health, the Lawson Health Research Institute, London, Ontario. Amresh has spent 40 years of experience. He has 40 years of experience in the practice of clinical psychiatry and teaching. His love for writing includes published and edited scholarly books for academics as well as non-fictional books for the general public. So, his most noticeable among these publications is a 5-volume reference book on suicide, which is entitled Suicide from a Global Perspective. And it has authors represented from 30 countries who have written chapters for this book. And his latest publication is Schizophrenia Recovery and Treatment Outcome in Schizophrenia. Besides that, I have 2 copies of this Mind Matters, which is for the lay public, which is a psychiatrist's narration and stories of mental illness for people like common man who are also sometimes our patients. He has also written a book, Dard Ka Safar, in Hindi. And now this is his latest book, Science of Success. He has 2 more books in the pipeline. We released in January. Title is Conquer the Mind. The second book is Handbook of Optimizing Psychiatric Patient Care in Psychiatry. This is in press. So this book, Science of Success, is a very unique book. It's a one-of-a-kind book. And how do we sustain success, which defines the art of living? So I will ask Amresh to introduce his book, and ICPA is pleased to launch this book on our webinar and on our website. Thank you. Amresh.
Thank you, Dr. Panjwani. I'm really happy to be here, and my thanks to Indo-Canadian Psychiatric Association and to all office bearers and members. I have this opportunity today to talk about my new book, Science of Success. In fact, the idea to write this book came by remembering our young students in long career. Thank you, Dr. Panjwani. I'm really happy to be here, and my thanks to Indo-Canadian Psychiatric Association and to all office bearers and members. I have this opportunity today to talk about my new book, Science of Success. In fact, the idea to write this book came by remembering our young students in long career, those who have really not succeeded despite being intelligent and hardworking. And therefore, I decided to write this book, that what are the challenges and what prevents them to be successful. So in this book, the story kicks off from 2 different individuals' life history. One who has developed a mental illness, suffers from depression and cannabis addiction, and subsequently goes on to develop excellent career. He achieves everything in life. And the other gentleman, who is a bright student, has achieved everything in life, comes to US and obtains 2 different degrees, joins a multinational, and somehow during the process, in next 10 years, he slips down. He cannot sustain his success. Goes for psychiatric treatment, something works out, something doesn't work out. Then he goes for a spiritual intervention and things are settling. So I have taken these 2 students' history to build upon the story of career development. So there are chapters on psychological challenges. Then I have discussed what are the ways and means of restoring mental health. There is a chapter on brain sciences, which is involved in successful people or people who do not succeed and the factors which contribute in becoming successful, like a lot of cognitive factors, lot of neuroimaging findings, etc. So that those who are reading have the latest evidence that what we are talking is fact, and the advancement which has taken place is also in the field of success and failure and achievement. In fact, it is defined that a achievement is not an achievement if happiness is not involved in that. It is the happiness part which makes people successful. After that, there is discussion about clinical problems and how do we treat them. And finally, I have discussed the unique treatment strategy of spiritual intervention besides mental health intervention. And I have tried to demonstrate how spiritual concept is a reality from right from young age, how spirituality can change life, what kind of spiritual intervention should be done. There is a lot of description about the yogic sciences and lessons from Bhagavad Gita, which is a unique aspect of this book, and I wanted to really emphasize its utility to young students. So these are the brief sketch of this book, and I'm sure you will take it, buy it, and read it to encourage and support me. And I hope that the book does well and helps people to understand the dynamics of becoming successful. And finally, in fact, everybody wins. Nobody is loser if you know the aspect of mental health. What stands between failure and success is the mental health. And we must know that hope is immortal. So the book starts building from hope and ends in building on component of hope. Hope is immortal and it takes us forward in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amresh. So finally, it is mind over matter that matters.
Yes,
So
it does.
with all this, Doctor